What's up, rock stars? So I was just thinking that it's October and a lot of us have Halloween coming up. So I was just wondering if you're planning to wear a Halloween costume this year, if you're already thinking about it, or if maybe your kids are. Please let me know what your plans are for Halloween if you celebrate it. And I kind of feel like October has like two big C's, right? One is costumes, the other is candy, right? Oh my gosh. So are you ever at the office or anywhere where just like candy is just around this month? I feel like it's the beginning of the holidays when we start to see all the Halloween candy come out, and then the next thing you know, it's Thanksgiving, and then the next thing you know, it's Christmas. And like I feel like it's just this landslide in the last quarter of the year of all of these treats and candy, especially candy this month. So I just wanted to talk about candy and about if you are at the office or you are someplace where candy's around a lot and you see people eating it and snacking on it, why sometimes it's really hard not to say no and why you will end up reaching for it as well. One of the reasons why is because we have these things inside of us called mirror neurons. And what they do is they actually allow us to be more empathetic to other people. So let me go say hi to myself in the mirror. There's my mirror neurons. I'm mirroring what I'm doing in the mirror exactly. And when you see other people around you engaging in a certain type of behavior like eating or drinking, you tend to want to eat and drink with them. You tend to want to, if you're ever in a conversation with someone and they cross their leg, you end up crossing your leg, or you end up kind of taking on the tone or wanting to really make someone feel comfortable with you. You empathize with their body language in a sense. You empathize with how they're acting. And this can be really helpful, or it can also be really harmful. It's one of the reasons why it's so important to really be choosy about who you spend the most of your time with, to make sure that they are mirroring back values to you that are important to you and not harmful things that bring you down, like negative thoughts, negative talk, negativity in general. I know those are just really simple examples, but I mean, that's what it does. It affects us really extremely. And so does when someone's constantly reaching for candy around you. You notice that, and you don't mean to, but subconsciously we pick it up, and those mirror neurons kind of get us to act as the people around us. So one thing that you can do is really make sure you have a strong community, and that's my other C, I guess. My other C word is community, because the community that we choose to have is the one that really helps us make the best choices. It's the one that we can have similar values with. And there are a lot of ways to have community. Being here on this social media platform, you have chosen who you follow, and I'm so grateful that I'm a part of your community right now. You can also be a part of my inner circle community if you want a little bit more from me. You want 30-day challenges to follow every month. You want a community of rock star women who, just like you, are really focused on their health, on being confident, strong, best versions of themselves. And of course, that's Rock Your Life. I'll put a little swipe up if you would like to know more about that, because you'd like to have more community of people around you to support your choices, to be there for you when you're struggling with choices. And so back to our candy, back to that second C that I was talking about, and the choices that are hard for us to make. I just have a tip for you for when those things are coming up and they're challenging. And that is to ask yourself this one question when you're about to eat something. It's just to ask yourself, is this nourishing my body, or is it not nourishing my body? And I think that's the essential question to ask, because how we eat is the communication that we have with our body, and how we look and feel is the communication our body has back to us. That's our biofeedback. That's our body telling us, hey, those things you ate, they're really working for me. And that's why I'm rocking this strong, fit physique. That's why I have great energy. That's why I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm just feeling my best. Or it's telling you, oh, I have a stomach ache, or oh, I can't lose this weight. Oh, I can't, my skin is breaking out. Oh, I just feel like crap all the time. My mood swings are crazy. A lot of that can come from the foods that you eat and from not nourishing yourself. So be very mindful of asking yourself that question, especially as the year is progressing and we're thinking more and more about, comfort foods and being around maybe people who are choosing to eat a lot of stuff that isn't what we normally would want to eat. And when you do find yourself in those situations where, you've got a lot of like treat foods and extra stuff that you don't mean to eat, but you end up eating, I do also want you to not beat yourself up. There are some things that do nourish us that aren't necessarily about whole food nourishment. You know, some things just nourish your soul. It would nourish my soul to eat pie, a piece of pie that my grandmother made, even if it wasn't the healthiest thing for me, right? Or it might be nourishing to have some wine with your family around the holidays. I think that those things are wonderful, and we should do them. And we should also have a different type of approach to how we feel about them, and we shouldn't judge ourselves so harshly or feel like everything comes down to how we look all the time. It really is important to sort of suspend your self-judgment and not feel guilty for enjoying and indulging in some of those treats. I don't like to say cheat meals because I just feel like, you know, when you're cheating, you're doing something bad or wrong, and I don't like to impose that kind of judgment on us. Instead, I like to think of it like a no strings attached relationship, which is not the same kind of long-term, deep, meaningful relationship that you have with the nourishing food that you put into your body every day. It's a no strings attached relationship. It's light, it's easy, it's gratifying in the moment, but it's not really that deeper, more meaningful relationship. And you know, you don't want to judge yourself for having those lighter, more fleeting relationships. Like, they're an important part of the learning process. Sometimes they're fun, but you know, they aren't as important as the deep, long-lasting friendship that we have with the really good whole foods. So just keep that in mind, and don't be so hard on yourself if you don't eat perfectly every day during the holiday season. But I do encourage you to ask yourself that question when you are about to eat mindlessly. Is this food nourishing my body, or is it not? So that's what I'll leave you with today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I love seeing you. Be sure to DM me, leave me a comment about your Halloween costume, of course, about candy if you want to, and about the community that you have around you to support you. I'd like to hear about all three of those C's. So sending you lots of love. Bye.